This is a file photo of what the Rhesus macaque prime.
Since I was 16, I've fantasized about sneaking into my friend's father's room and having him force me to submit. Now is my chance, since I'm staying at my friend's house during summer break. One night, I was in my room when the creaking sound of the stairs caught my attention. I happened to see my friend's dad, James, walk past my open door and head down the hallway to his room. I quickly got up and went to the door, intending to close it. But as I glanced out, I noticed his bedroom door was open, and I could hear the sound of running water. Did he leave it open on purpose? I knew I should just mind my own business and close my door, but I couldn't stop myself from walking toward his room. Be good. Close the door. Go back to your room. I kept chanting in my head like a mantra. The closer I got to his open doorway, the more curious I became. When I saw his naked reflection in the mirror behind the bed, my pounding heart almost stopped. Oh, dear Jesus. His perfectly sculpted body stood under the hot water, soap running down his skin. I could hardly believe what I was seeing, but it was like he knew I was watching. His eyes shifted to the mirror and locked onto mine, but he didn't seem to mind. Instead, he moved toward the glass door of the shower, opening it to get a better view. His hands slowly traced over his body, and a slight mocking smile played on his lips. It was as if he was waiting for me to join him. A rush of excitement and a sense of forbidden thrill snapped me back to reality. I practically sprinted back to my room and slammed the door shut. My heart pounded so hard it felt like it might burst out of my chest. I was no better than a peeping Tom. I paced back and forth in the room, trying to calm my racing thoughts. James had caught me watching him while he showered, and I had no idea what would happen next. Would he kick me out? Would he tell Tali? I shook off the worries, turned off the light, and crawled into bed. The last thing I wanted to do was keep thinking about James Valentino, my best friend's insanely hot dad. In my sleep, I suddenly felt like someone was watching me. I wasn't sure what it was about this house, but no matter where I went, I couldn't shake the feeling of his eyes on me. The red light when the alarm clock blinked let me know it was almost 1 a.m. I rolled over and froze. James was standing by my closed door, a glass of wine in his hand, eyes fixed on me. What are you doing here? I sat up quickly, my heart pounding 10 times harder as I realized he had been watching me this whole time, and I was only in a thin black nightgown. He gave a sinful smile. You were watching me earlier. I thought it was only fair. I silently thanked the darkness for hiding my reaction because I was blushing furiously. I stammered, but James raised his hand, cutting me off as he stepped closer. You don't have to explain yourself. Back. Oh no, I think I do, I stuttered. I don't want you to think I'm some kind of creep. He chuckled at that, but there was something else in his eyes now, something that made me feel both anxious and excited for what he might do next. I told you before, Becca, I'm not like those boys. You know I'm much more dangerous. I don't care. The words slid out before I could even think about what I was saying. I mean, don't. He smiled. I liked your first reaction better. More honest under pressure. I don't even know what to say, I admitted. Then tell me, he said, taking another step closer. What do you want? I didn't need to think about my answer, but even though I was dying to say it, I hesitated, staring deep into his eyes. He was only an arm's length away, and if I took that step with him, who knew what would happen? To feel a pleasure like never before. His mouth twitched at my answer, and I instantly knew I'd struck a chord. I got on my knees and moved closer to him. Can you do that? I do terrible things to you, Becca, he whispered. Then his lips crashed against mine. Since I was 16,
Freaky y'all stories on TikTok, huh?